Here's the story. I used to read a lot of nonfiction books, mostly motivational books or self-help books, or the books about how to run a business better. I used to read a lot, and about every month or every 2 months, I would read another book. But I noticed the phenomenon that in about a few weeks or so, things that I read in the book starting to slowly fade away, and I'm starting to forget things that I read, even if I was really excited about discovering things at the time when I read the book. So I started following a different approach. I started following approach of reading one book at a time or listening one audiobook at a time. When I read the book and if I like the ideas in the book, it makes sense to me and I would like to implement it in my life. What I do is I brainwash myself with the knowledge from this book. And also, if I like the author of what else he has to say or she has to say, I start reading and listening everything that author has to say on all similar topics. So I would find the podcast that this author was invited to. I would see the YouTube videos that this guy or girl was recording. I would listen to the book several times. And person has some kind of course or program, I would buy into it as well. So this way I ensure that the knowledge that I got from this book does not just simply fade away, that I am just going to brainwash myself into this new practice and I'm going to implement it into my life. And I'm going to do so immediately. And the moment that my desire starts decreasing to implementing these things, what I do is that I listen or I read that book or that knowledge or that video again and again and again. Basically, the minute I get into the car, I turn on my phone the podcast or a book and I listen to it. Maybe I already heard it. Sometimes I hear the same thing several times, but somehow after fifth time or whatever, it gets to me at different level than it was before. And it forces me to implement these methods that I discovered from the book or from the knowledge and to implement it into my life and continue doing so. I hope this helps.